What's up? Sorry, like they said, better late than in Accra, right? Here. Wrong screen. Nice. Okay, so we are on. Sorry for the delay. Like I said, I'm now coming from somewhere. You can see I'm dressed up. I'm not going to talk about the games just yet. Give me a second to load up other details I need. Again, sorry for the lateness, but I'm streaming now. Give me a second. I need this. I need this. I need maybe this. No, let me go to this actually. I'm doing what I should have done behind the scenes, right? I usually do this behind the scenes, but I'm doing this now. Please bear with me. I'll be done in a matter of seconds. I'm using the wrong media outlets. Okay, but it looks like black is winning. Black has a very strong attack coming up. Okay, so nice. Good. Are we up? Let me load my YouTube. Don't miss me too much, guys. Don't miss me too much. Like anyone does. Wow. Okay. Are we back? Okay. Very nice. So, we have Nisak's versus range. And like I'm saying, I think here that black is winning, mainly because of the material advantage. White is trying to create an attack, but the attack doesn't work. I think here you can just resign. So I'm going to move on to the next game I think is going on. I hope the games didn't start very early. I hope we can still find some games. Okay, so we have Aram John again. I'm really looking for people who've not played. Okay, against Walrus. Okay, this game looks like it just started. Unless of course I'm wrong. Let me confirm this. Aram George, board parents round 4. Aram George. I want to make sure he's playing against a guy named Walrus rather than Maxwell, if you're in the chat, please let me know what games are going on, okay? Yeah, he's not. Yeah, Aram George is not playing the game. This game is not now. It's not part of the games. Best QTY. Best quantity, I think. Best quantity. As I call his name. Maybe we could best QT. Who knows? Okay, yeah, so this is a live game. Very nice. At least we get one live game before the round ends, I guess. So this is a live game. Okay. Okay, so we have D4, D5. Whoa. Very nice. At least we get one live game before the round ends. Sorry. So we have D4, D5, E3, Knight F6. Okay, this is not really a landing, this is a quali. Knight C6, C3, Bishop G4, Bishop E2, Bishop F5, F4, E6, Knight F3, Bishop E7. Okay, this is standard. And this is a very strong knight. You take it, but you just get like stuck. So mostly when I play this kind of position as white, I want to castle queen side and pawn storm my opponent on the king side. That's usually the plan I try to go for. There are other things you can do. You can still castle king side. It's not beyond the realm of possibility. Knight to E4. You need your knights on such squares. Castles king side. Bishop there. Maybe you don't want to put your bishop here. Maybe your bishop is fine where it is. I mean, maybe he's not planning on capturing with his knight, but even if your opponent captures, the bishop is still staring at a wall, so maybe you wouldn't want to do that. Knight D2, F6. I know that move is playable, but it's weakening. Knight takes, and now you have a very weakened structure. So here I like white's position. Queen will defend. Bishop comes in, castles kingside, knight, queen. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I don't like this trade. The reason is simple. The game is closed. So for the moment, knights are better than bishops. Of course, having the bishop pair is always an advantage because we are going into an endgame territory where the games are, where the bishops are definitely going to be better. But in this stage, the maneuver makes no sense because even this bishop is not doing anything. But you maneuver your knight here to a very nice square. Then you maneuver your knight here again, only to take a pawn, right? You moved your knight 3 times, only to take a pawn and a bishop, and that bishop itself was not an active bishop. Queen takes f5, rook f3, queen g4. Okay, takes. So queen goes in there. Okay, pawn push, I guess. Not f. You want to open your bishop up, so you want to play this. If pawn takes, you take with your pawn. If pawn push, the pawn is lost. So if the pawn takes, then you activate your bishop. I guess he's a little bit worried about allowing the queen in. So that's okay, that's good. Yeah, but now the position is locked up in the center. White has no real game plan on the king side. So White's idea to switch gameplay towards the queen side makes perfect sense to me, and I think it works. Bishop to e7, queen takes. Okay. Oh, I still don't think his attack works. Actually, it works. Yeah, bishop here, and you can't do anything. The rook has to disappear. Takes with check. Then he defends. Yeah. Then the other rook comes in. Check. And then you are gone. Yeah. Yeah, so why did he... So I was looking at... Takes, king goes in here, then you just sacrifice your rook because either way you are losing the rook. So you just take the rook here. You just take here, and if the opponent takes with his king, I mean, there's nothing more you could have done. That's the best option you could have gone for. Okay, and this bishop is eternally bad. Yeah, but I mean, it's still winning for white. So here. Queen comes in, check. You go in here, it's checkmate. There's nothing you can do here. It's over. It's completely over here. This game is over. Okay, so he resigns. That's cool. I don't think there are any other games going on. Yeah, there are no other games going on. I'm very sorry I'm late. The points are going to get compiled, and when they do, we'll continue on with the next round. Okay, so in the meantime, what we'll do is, I didn't see all the games, so I'm going to look for the games and I'm going to analyze them one by one. Okay, I'm sure you guys will like that. So let's look at a game I've never seen. So Juliel Amor. Wow, people have names and my PC just starts messing up. Okay, so we have Juliel Amor, and she played against Mensa Gideon. That's Kwesi Forks. Always have to emphasize. Okay, wow, she has a very high rating. So let's see how this game went. E4, E6, D4, D5, Knight C3. This is a very nice. I think this is a Pierre? No, French. Knight C3, Knight F3. Sometimes I think here you want to just play this. I think it's a move. Takes, knight takes, and you have just dropped a piece. Yeah, knight takes, and then you just drop the piece, and that's a blunder. So you always want to watch out for these. Okay. Yeah, and you should avoid this. When you are down in material, try as much as possible not to let your opponent capture your pieces. Keep as much pieces on the board, and you have a chance maybe to win a game with an attack. Bishop to e3, not good. I don't know what's the allure of this. Does it look nice? Because it's not good. It's rarely played. There are very specific situations where you want your bishop like this. Even though I gave, like in the previous stream, I said you don't want, if anything at all, you don't want a pawn existing here. This is rarely done. It's not something people enjoy doing. You really limit your bishop by doing this. Maybe it looks cool, I don't know, but it's bad. Just so you know, it's actually quite bad. And wow, okay. Give me a second. Okay, queen c2, bishop c8, h4. Okay, I think here white is trying to create an attack, but white should be very careful. Again, white is doing what white should not be doing, but of course I get the plan. It just doesn't work. Okay, so bishop takes and you want knight takes, and the point is that you are threatening a checkmate here, but it just doesn't work because your opponent has the move this, right? So okay, then she wasn't planning the same thing I was planning. Yeah, and then you lose the knight, so you should be very, very careful. And this was completely won. Let's look for another game. I've not seen a game by Game Nigel. I think Game Nigel, he played against Elite Assassin Amekuji Bill. Okay, so he won this game, but let's see how the game went first of all. e4, d5. Oh, we have a Scandinavian player, Elite Assassin. Elite Assassin is now my friend. I also played a Scandinavian on occasion. Right? On occasion. Takes. Yeah, don't do this. I don't know if he plays this as a trick, but there are some openings when you do some moves. It's, for example, Scandinavian. If you play this, black, the advantage shifts to black. The moment you do this, the advantage shifts to black. Not that black is winning, but black has more than gained equality. Mostly what black wants to do is to gain equality before taking over the initiative. But when you play, for example, a move like this against black in the Scandinavian, you are already worse. Black has already done what he wants to do. If you play this in the Scandinavian, you are not even close to saving grace. You are in a whole lot of trouble here, depending on what white does. So let's see what white does. Bishop, excellent. h5. Okay, h4, fine. And you can just get castled. Okay, so what if knight takes? No, knight doesn't take pawn. There's a move here. Okay, so wait. Here. This move, and then you push here. Eventually his attack bore fruit, but it shouldn't have. I feel like you can even let your opponent capture the pawn and develop. I feel like that's what you would want to do here. You can play bishop here, allow your opponent to capture, because this is a trap for your opponent. He has to go here. And you can use this time to create a very strong attack against your opponent, because now your opponent can't castle kingside. He obviously wants to go queenside, but you can also stop that as well. So maybe that's one of the lines you can try and think about going on in this. So maybe yes, you can have allowed that to happen. I'm not so sure. But knight there. Okay, pawn push again. No, takes. Knight takes would have been suitable here. Bishop back, attacking the queen. Excellent. Knight jumps in to create nothing. Maybe knight here, then rook here, then jump here to create some nuisances to your opponent. I don't think that works. I'm just creating. Yeah, the reluctance to trade off the bishops I don't get, because I think that helps white more if the bishops are traded off, personally. Okay, you have transpositions of pieces. Rook comes in, bishop, bishop, queen, knight check. Yes, he doesn't do that. There's a mistake here. Okay, I don't see the mistake. But maybe you want to play like a bishop out, get your rooks in. White has a very strong attack. It just has to be how to find the attack. Bishop takes what? No, you don't even have to. You don't have to. Okay, you have to take the rook. Yeah, you have to take the rook. He takes your queen. But you have to take the rook. No, you don't have to take the rook. You simply play knight here, check. Your opponent moves somewhere. You take the queen. And okay, so let's say your opponent doesn't move into check. Let's say he moves back. You take the queen, and now if rook takes, you take here, and you are fine. So that would have been the way out. That would have been the way out here for elite attack. That would have been the way out here. I don't think he saw this. I can't see the time on for spent on each, but yes. And this is okay. Oh, he sees it. He sees it. The reason I don't like his variation is because your opponent can run away with the bishop here. Yeah. So you could have done a variation where your opponent couldn't have run away. So pawn push here, right? No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. King runs. You take. He takes. Pawn push, creating an attack. So okay, I like the remaneuvering of the bishop. I was just thinking about. Okay, it doesn't work. Check. Rook comes in. Be very careful about your opponent's plan to advance here. Actually, your opponent doesn't have a. Okay, he has a dark squared bishop, so you really don't want to do that. Are the games starting for the next round? No, they haven't started. The games haven't started. Oh, that's a nice one. You take the pawn, I win your rook. You take the knight, I win your rook. Very nice. Very, very nice. Now, I think here, because white has more pieces, white wants to trade down. So, you take here, he takes. Then you bring your rook in here. You are threatening so many things. Your opponent might have to trade. And you'd have a good position there. Excellent. He even finds a better move. Rook comes in there. I like what he's trying to do. Just trade off the pieces. Takes. Very nice. Just trade, yeah. Because you have a material, all you want to do is trade off and promote your pieces, and then this is a very fairly easy win. Yeah, he's not even caring about his other pawns because yeah. Of course, there are more efficient ways of doing this. He could have literally, wow, yeah, exactly what I'm saying. He could have literally lost this game long ago with how he played it. Yeah, I think he got overconfident and started making mistakes, and then here you win. But at least he still won. Of course, it wasn't the cleanest win, but of course he still won. Shatterrufus. Let's look at Shatterrufus. Rufus. Yes. Let me follow. Did I follow Julie? Let me check. Julie. LLIE. Julia Moore. Juliel. Hey, what? Juliel Amore. Yeah, let me follow her. Okay. Let's look for the next person. That's Shatterrufus. Let's see his game. Again, I'm just doing a recap until the next round begins, so don't worry so much. If you are playing and you want to know how you fared in your games, there's it. Okay, so Shatterrufus played against Vasantum. Okay. I expect Vasantum to win this, and he did. E4, C5, Sicilian. Another, again, I always repeat this when I see the Sicilian. This is the reason why I stopped playing E4. B4, I've forgotten what this is called. This is called the wing gambit here. The Sicilian wing gambit, I think. It's noted to be bad, but of course, people still play it. I think at this level, if you play it, it's not a big deal. Especially if you are white and you're higher rated. Yeah. So it's a gambit. You lose a pawn for the activity, which is what most gambits do. Last game was J. Okay, let me look for that one. Okay, I see it. Okay, so this is the last game of the round. Boss J versus Dr. Dranky. D4, C5. Okay, you should know the theory here. You push forward, okay? You don't take. Taking is fine, but the best option is to push forward. So D4, anytime opponent plays C5, what you want to do is you want to push D5. Okay? You want to push D5, then you want to develop your knight E4, and I'll show you the moves from there. So C5, you want to play D5. Yeah, this is wrong. He's trying to play the London, but when you're playing the London and your opponent plays C5, you shouldn't allow this here. It looks like you're taking with your queen, but this is actually not so good for white. Yeah, now you're playing like a Scandinavian for white, and black gains full control over the center because now you have excellent. So this is why you don't want to do that. Now it looks like black is the one who started the game here. Very nice. This is a dream developing chess position. Very beautiful, very nice. White commands full control over the position. So again, if you are playing D4, your opponent plays C5, and you don't want to play into the Benoni or the Benko gambit, you play D5. Okay, you play D5, they play D6, you play knight, and then you play E4. Okay, but here this is what happens. Your opponent plays knight, attacking your queen. Depending on where you put the queen, you might be in trouble. So he went queen back, allowing the opponent to play E5, and now he takes full control over the center. And here we can clearly see that black is better, or black has gained more than just equality. Bishop, I mean the bishop didn't have to be here to defend. You have two defenders already of this. Was it two? Okay, no, I was wrong. Yeah, so the bishop had to defend. Bishop to f5, bishop to b5, pinning the knight. I mean, I would like you to take my knight, no joke. So castles kingside, take my knight, pawn takes, and now I have a very solid pawn center. Having 3 pawns in the center is excellent. So I would encourage my opponent to take by castling, because when you castle, then the bishop is doing nothing on this square, and normally they are forced to take. So I would just castle here as black, let my opponent take with the pawn, and now I have 3 pawns here. This is similar to the Neo Grunfeld. If you know the Grunfeld opening developed from I think the Keynes Indian, you know that it's a very, very powerful pawn structure to have. So yeah, you would want to do this. So castles by black. Dr. Dranky is someone I've played quite a bit. What's our record? Oh, okay, I've only played 1 game. So I thought I've played quite a bit, but I've only played 1 game and I won that game. Okay, I understand pawn push. It's a fork in a sense. In the manner of speaking, you're attacking 2 things at the same time. But I think you want to go bishop takes. Okay, so he retreats, and now you've created a problem for yourself, because now you can't have 3 pawns in the center, which is why I was saying you just castle. That way you don't face this pin issue anymore, right? So you would have eventually played e5, but under better circumstances. Do you get it? So you castle, he takes, you take, and now you can play e5 because this move doesn't really threaten you. Your queen comes in here and your threat is renewed, right? So e4 is not about what? Why did he move the bishop back? Bishop back blocks the queen's defense of the bishop, so now that's a free piece. You take. Yeah, still. And now pawn takes or queen takes, whichever one. And then white is up material. Or am I mistaking something? Yeah, I'm mistaking something. Wow. I mistook the whole trade. Oh, okay. I see. Interesting. So this is still a drawn game. More games, more fight to be seen. I'm very sorry. I'm quite tired. Okay. Already coming with the excuses. I'm already tired. But I like the fact that black has this. Black has more space. Okay. Like I said in one of the commentaries, the elements of chess are space, time, king safety, piece activity, and material advantage. And here black has the most space. Space is determined by the furthest push pawn on the board, and this pawn, as you can see, has moved 3 squares, whilst this one has just moved 2. So he has a very strong pawn here. It's not a pass pawn, but it's a very strong pawn, which black can build his attack around. So for example, you move your knight somewhere, you get f4, very, very nice here. Castle's opposite side, what he does is that he takes away the oomph or the strength in this attack, and now he decides to pawn storm on his opponent's side of the board. So whenever the kings are castled on opposite sides of the board, the best idea or the best plan you can go for is a pawn storm, and that's when you rush your pawns towards your opponent's king side. So normally it goes h4, g4, g5, however you want, and the point is you want to force or goad your opponent to push a pawn forward, and we call that pawn a hook pawn. A hook pawn is a pawn you can hope to trade with. Okay, so most often we play h7 as prophylaxis, but that pawn is a hook, so attackers like to see that. So over here, white is hoping for a hook, whether he's going to push h5, h6 to get a hook g. He's still looking for a hook. The chess elements, I think that's what you're asking about. Yeah, so in this in like I said, it's the same thing here. Black is going to try and do the same thing, but I think white's attack might win first. Okay, I've pre-recorded these episodes, but next week Friday, episode 8 of the chess walkthrough is going to drop, and it's a similar situation. It's an immortal game. I sacrificed 2 pieces to win that game, and this is a similar attacking theme our opponent used to attack me. And I was thinking, yes, and here you don't take, you hide your king. Umbrella pawn. It's very difficult for your opponent to attack you when he has to fight against his own pawn. So here you simply hide here, but I understand why he took, because the rook comes in. Okay, so it makes perfect sense to me. So I'm not so much against this move. I think his move is fine. Takes, pawn push. We have a hook. This is our hook. Oh, the oomph. Yes, the energy in, I don't know, it's an American term I learned. The oomph. The power in, I don't even know how to define it. Somebody help me. My sisters who watch those videos. So eventually you can actually sacrifice a piece on one of these. Oh, I don't like this move. Sadly, you can't play rook here. Now, when you lose pieces and pawns, it's bad, but usually in pawn storms, one of the things you want to do is to sacrifice a pawn, and the reason you want to sacrifice the pawn is because the pawn is blocking the activity of your rook. So here, if you have rooks on this file, your opponent's king is very unsafe. So I like to when I'm playing a pawn storm, I like to sacrifice pawns to open up files, put my rooks behind those files, and then attack on those files. So here I don't, yeah. So now the rook move here makes no sense, right? So if he kept this rook here, played another move, which is pretty difficult to find here. It's very difficult to find a move here, but maybe knight here, trying to transpose the knight or transfer the knight to a better square. How will you even do that? Maybe knight here to here to here or something like that. I don't know. But just waiting a minute and allowing your opponent to take this pawn allows you to play rook here. Queen goes, and you possibly have the sacrifice here, but the queen still looks on that square, so you have to be a little bit careful about that. Let's continue with the game, and this is the position we are in. So we have knight here defending the pawn. Of course you still lose this pawn, but like I said, always note that taking pawns opens up a file. So if you take this pawn, you lose your queen. Okay, so you should see that and avoid making that mistake. So what plan can white have here? Because it seems like black has completely snuffed out white's attack. So how does he continue here? Putting your king here just puts you in more trouble because of pawn push. So you want to stay away from the light squares if you were white. You want to stay away from the light squares. Okay, now your knight is under fire, so you can go this way. The maneuver we talked about, putting pressure on this d5 pawn. It doesn't amount to much, but at least you are making threats. We should teach together sometime. Hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So what do we do here? Yeah, black has everything covered. It's very difficult to find a plan for white. So maybe white would want to backtrack a little bit and come this way. I don't think you can do much here, but maybe you want to go this way. Maybe you want to go this way. This knight is very inactive. It has no future, so maybe you want to go this way, right? This knight is like some of the friends we had in school. It has no future until one day just shocks you and has a future by transposing. He says, education is not for me. I'm going to start Microsoft, and it becomes useful. Yeah, but what plan do you have here for whites? Okay, so he goes this way. Okay, that's fine. I would have gone for activating the knight. I felt that was better, because the more active pieces you have, the better. What you do here with the queen is that you kind of deactivate the queen. But his point here is that he's trying to prevent his opponent from moving the knight any further, and he's adding a defender to his king side. But then you have to face, I think, some short maneuvers here, which I don't know how he's going to do it. Oh, so he does it this way. Okay, I think that's fine. And now you can't go here again. You can't stick on any light squares. En passant takes with the knight. Oh, okay. I can vibe with this idea here, and it's very nice because you could possibly get this moving. Oh, but he's no longer going to capture. Don't go to the light. Don't go to the light squares. Don't go to a single light square, and don't even step here. It's not good to put your king in the corner when you are under attack. But here, I don't like how this is looking. Let's hope he gets out. So now queen here. He's in the light squares. Like I said, he has to be careful. So you can't play queen here. He's on the light squares. This is why I wanted him to come here, so he doesn't stay in the light squares and get threatened. I'm drinking coffee if you are wondering. I'm feeling sleepy. So what do we do? Do we just move our king here? So I mean, if you move your king here, then your opponent gets this move, and he's really coming in for you. So what do you do? What do you do here as white? I wouldn't have to think about this because I would have offered to go here. And then immediately my opponent plays this move. I play queen here because I'm threatening to win this guy. And so I wouldn't have to think much. But here we have to actually think about this pawn push. So do we just play queen up? So queen up, slowing it down, allowing our opponent to come here. Then we go this way. Then our opponent comes in here with check. Then we can block with our knight. But then this is okay. The issues keep piling up. I really don't know what you can do here as white. White's position is collapsing, and white is just down a pawn. That's the interesting part about this position. Yeah, white is just down a pawn. Queen up. You're advocating for queen up. Okay. I mean, it's just temporary. The point, the real threat is not about pushing the pawn. The real threat is that your opponent is coming in with his queen. He's coming in like flame. So when you study color complex or color square theory, you look at these things. Which colored square is dangerous for me to be on? And of course, your opponent doesn't have a bishop, but the queen can act like a bishop, which is why I instantly said that you want to stay away from the. I'm not for this trade. I'm not for this because knight takes and then you take the pawn, or you can even ignore the pawn and simply go for the same idea. Why did he go there? Like, black is in full control of the game, so black should go full attack. Or as I like to say, full ham. Not full ham club, like full ham. I don't know what that means myself. And he fell for it. He still fell for it. That's it. That's it. You should look for these things. You should look for these things. Yeah, 11 spectators, top GM game. Knight here doesn't stop the issue. Masterclass from Drunky, I will agree. Yeah, color square theory. I think that's what it's called, or square theory. Color square theory. You begin to notice that you know there are basics, or there are ways we learn chess. You should trade evenly. This. But it gets to a point of understanding it gets to a point in time when you understand chess to the point that you don't defend pieces, you defend squares, right? So some pieces are defending key squares that you need for your plan to get to fruition. With color square theory, you look at the weaknesses of the colored square that your opponent has. So if you watch sometimes GM games, when someone trades off a light squared bishop, what happens is that he starts putting his pawns on light squares. What that means is that the pawns are substituting for the bishop for the lack of light square control. So when you understand these things, you begin to get better at planning. If queen takes here, I think rook here is game over. So color square scale is a very complex. I've not even mastered it. I just understand the principles behind it. For example, because of the way he has pushed his pawns, this king has light square weaknesses. So it's going to be easier to attack this king if you had a light squared bishop, rooks, and a queen, right? These are other things you look at. These are very, very small nuances that you look at in your chess games. That will help you improve. Now they are very advanced, so you don't have to worry about them. Okay, take it from me. When I started learning chess, I learned all the theory. So if you realize that I'm saying a lot of things you don't understand about chess, it's because I studied a lot of chess theory which I didn't understand, and I just kept on talking about it. It's one thing the GCA knows me for, right? So I'm not saying king takes. If king takes, then rook here, then you lose your queen. That's what I'm saying, queen takes. But yeah, I mean, it's still losing. You just lose your queen. Yeah. So don't worry so much. Checkmate or lose queen. I mean, of course you lose the queen. who would want checkmate? Or you could do what some people do. They'll just wait for their time to run out and say, I lost on time. I could have won the game, but I lost on time. I have people who do that. They'll lose on time just to say that. Yeah. So if I say something you don't understand, don't worry. Just keep focusing. Right now, if you're, let's say, 1200 going to 1500, you may not have to study a lot of chess theory. Just play games. Solve tactics, play games, analyze your games after you play them. Learn to use the engine in your analysis. Don't be too picky with the engine. When the engine goes from plus 0.2 to plus 0.1, then you conclude that the move is bad. Not that kind of analysis. Try to understand what the position is about. Just be doing that over and over and over again. Your chess skill will improve. I was 1200 and I kept on studying all the chess theory in the world. I was reading Dovretzky's endgame manual. It's confusing. You can't understand some of those things. So until I met Antonia Javon, and he advised me that, listen, right now, play games, solve tactics. Forget about all those chess books. Until you're 1500, don't open a chess book. That's what Antonia Javon told me. So I quit all my theory. The best I did was that I was watching Grandmaster games because I wanted to understand the concept of planning. What do they look at to plan? And fortunately for me, I found Ginger GM and he spoke to me about two main plans in chess. It's all in my chess checklist video. You can check it out. He said there are two things you want to do in chess. You want to stop your opponent's plans and push your own plans. Okay, chess is a two-player game. You can't play what you want anyhow. You have to consider what your opponent is doing as well. So what is my opponent trying to do? Let me stop it. When I stop its own, I continue with my idea. And when you do that, what happens is that it's either you are playing for a win or your opponent is trying to draw. That's mostly what happens. Okay, so just keep doing that and then your chess improves. And then when you plateau at 1500, because now you don't know what's happening, you're not winning again, then you start reading chess books, and that's when you start seeing these slight nuances in the positions, and then your chess becomes better. Hey, I love the support. You guys are really putting in the support here. So this was the last game for the round. Maxwell is going to do the analysis, and it's going to collate the results, and then we'll continue. But just for fun, let's play blindfold chess. I suck at blindfold chess, but for fun, let's play blindfold chess. Who is with me? Who is with me? Who is with me? Oh, my PC is messing up again. Okay. Let's play some blindfold chess. I'm putting my rating on the line. Let's play 10 plus 5. Whilst we wait, we'll play some blindfold chess. Who is with me? Am I playing as black or white? My opponent plays c4. I hate it when people do moves I don't understand. What's my response to c4? I think I play c4. I play knight. Knight f6. Then they play knight. Then I play d4, d5, d5. Then they play g3. He plays knight f3. Okay, that sucks. Yeah, there's this game against Carlsen played in a certain tournament, and ever since he played that game, I've been playing my English in the exact same way. Most often in the English, people prefer to play g6, then I would get d5, then pawn takes, knight takes, knight takes. Wait, sorry, no. After I play d5, I play pawn takes, knight takes, bishop here, knight takes, pawn takes, and I get c4 in a very interesting line here. So knight f3 attacking my pawn here. I can go passive with this, or I can simply go knight here to defend the pawn. Maybe, maybe not, who knows. But that changes my full plan. But okay, let's go for it, because I don't want to block my queen, because I still want to go for d5. So I see play g3. Does he play g3? He plays d3. So he's blocked his bishop in. That's fine. Okay, so let's play. Wait, sorry, that's my knight. I want to move my bishop. Let's pin him because now the pawn is no longer there. And maybe we'll castle. Now he plays g3. So I can still go d4, d5, right? I can still go d5. C takes d5, like I said. Knight takes d5. Bishop to g3. It's blindfold chess. It's blindfold chess. Queen to c2. Queen to c2. Okay. Okay, queen to c2. So there's a queen here, there's a pawn, there's a knight here. My bishop is here. He has a knight here, he's on g3. I have a pawn here, I have a knight here. I have a queen here, I took here. I also have a knight here. Sorry, no, my knight is not here, my knight is here. His bishop is still here. Okay. The bishop is blocked by the pawn. Okay. Huh. So do I just trade the knight? Okay, let's just trade the knight and not have to think about that position anymore. He plays takes with his pawn. My bishop comes back. Wait, is my pawn defended? My pawn there is not defended anymore, is it? No, it's defended by my other knight. But let's play this, I think. Let's play this, I think. Let's play this. I would have put it on e2, but I'm not so sure. And now he plays bishop to g2. This is where you have to be very careful, because now he has a queen here, he has a bishop here. Where's my light squared bishop? Here. Then normally, sometimes they have this interesting move with their rook here, but I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think he can do that. He plays it still. Okay, so rook to b1. Okay. He castles, I can also castle. I've already lost sight of the board. Don't think I'm doing anything. I've already lost sight of the board. I have already lost sight of the board. I'm trying to go to 20 moves before I resign. Can we do 20 moves before I resign? I still remember where some of the pieces are. I still want to make sure that this pawn is defended. He still has a knight here, so he could attempt to play like bishop takes, then he plays knight takes, and he wins the pawn, at least in my opinion. And I don't know why he hasn't done that yet, because if he doesn't do that, I might just... Oh wait, the knight is here. What am I thinking? The knight is here. The knight is here. Yeah, I was suddenly thinking the knight was here, which makes no sense. He plays e4. I wanted to play e4 myself. Okay, I have a bishop here. My queen is still here. I've castled. Usually I like to play f4 in some of these positions. Okay, so my knight is here, my rook is here, my bishop is here. My opponent's queen is here. My opponent's knight is here. His rook is here. His king is castled. He hasn't moved his light. He hasn't moved his dark squared bishop. So I can just move here to defend my pawn with my rook, right? I think that's fine. While we wait for when the round starts, don't worry, Maxwell will let me know. So don't worry, you're not lost. Wait, my rapid rating has dropped? Wow, I thought it was 2000. Okay. Oh, finally he moves the dark side bishop. So bishop to e3. Bishop to e3. So my knight is here. Can I, if I come in here, knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. My queen is here, right? He played c3 and he has a queen here. But he has a pawn on b3, right? Because I played takes and he took with his pawn. Yeah, so he has a pawn here, he has a bishop here. So my knight can't come in here in the first place. Huh. When in doubt, h4, h5, right? There's a knight here. I have a bishop. No, my bishop is here. And he has pushed e4. My rook is supposed to be defending it. But I also pushed e4. So I think I can just come here. I can come here then go h5, h4, I think. d4. Take, bishop takes. And he has a pawn here. Okay, so let's take. Place pawn takes. If I play knight takes, does he have this move? Yeah, knight takes, he has that move. Wait, knight takes and then he comes here, I have check, right? But then the king attacks my knight. Okay, I can play knight takes. I can play knight takes. If he plays rook here pinning, I think I have c5 because there's no b pawn. He plays knight takes d4. Okay, queen takes. Wait. My queen can't take? Why can't my queen take? Why can't my queen take? What have I forgotten? What's there? No, there's a knight here. Is there a pawn here? Is the pawn still? There's a pawn still there. Oh my god, I forgot. I thought I moved the pawn long ago. Oh, that sucks. There's a pawn still there. There's a pawn still there. I missed that completely. There's a pawn still there. Yeah, I should have moved the pawn a long time ago. Yeah, I moved the pawn. Yes, yes. Bishop back. Yes. Yes. My bishop. So takes, then I played knight takes. Because I forgot my bishop was there. It's my bishop. Oh. I really hate this. Okay, my mic has some issues sometimes. I don't know. But can you hear me now? Oh, you can hear me now. This thing has some issues sometimes. This thing has some issues sometimes. Very sorry about that. Okay. Wow, he decided to put. Why would you do that? Yeah. Now bishop takes check, right? Bishop takes check. Bishop takes check. King takes. Wait, if you take. Okay, you can take. This is going to be a little bit difficult. Do you want to play bishop takes check, king takes, then take here, and then takes here? Takes here. Pawn takes. Takes. Yeah, and I think this is worse. I think this is worse for white because now the rook is in a position where it forks 2 pawns. Yeah. So I think he made a good call by playing this move. He forced his opponent to make the decision. So here, I think what white should have done is to take here first. Then after the king takes, then you take here, and then rook takes. And the difference here is that this rook cannot get into this very active square. I think that's where it would have been better for him. Yeah, so I think this is completely lost for black. It's still an end game, but I still think it's completely lost for black. So you take, I take, and I can take here as well. And you're left with 2 pawns versus my 5. I don't think you can survive this. He took the wrong pawn first. Yeah. He took the wrong pawn first. He should have taken this one, because the opponent cannot defend this one. I mean, anyone is fine. There's no really wrong pawn here, so it's fine. Oh, then check and then you win the pawn. What was that? Then you win the pawn, and these 2 pawns cannot be defended. You lose 1. Okay, so let's go this way. Oh yeah. So sorry, that's first. You play this way. Takes. Attack the pawn, I guess. And I think this is over. I think white just wins this. Next game. I am Kojo method. I don't think I've seen a game by I am Kojo method. Okay. I am Kojo method. E4, E5, bishop C4, knight C6, queen F3. Queen F3, knight C6, D3, knight D4, queen back, bishop C5, knight F3, and maybe you should consider A3, bishop G4, knight BD2, bishop takes, knight takes, pawn push. Okay, pawn takes, knight takes, castles kingside, knight takes, no, not yet. Knight takes, queen takes, pawn push, and here you castle. No, pawn push here, takes castles, and now you have F5 in your future. Okay, attack for attack, but this is not a good one. Bishop back, and he loses his queen. He loses his knight. Takes. Yeah, you shouldn't have castled. So this is why maybe F is not such a good idea. So the moment you see this move, you shouldn't castle. The moment you see this move, you should play this. Your opponent runs away, then you bring your knight back. I think that's what you should have tried doing. In fact, there's nothing you could have done about this. At this point, it was already over. Check. Okay, he decides to trade off and enter into this end game. Okay, can he really defend this end game? Because I feel like this end game is good for black. Okay, he wins the pawn. Nice. Okay. This is completely winning for white. So I am Kojo method wins this. I won't spend too much time on games I think are over. Oh, my friend Farida, is she playing? Oh, my friend Farida isn't playing. Julia Moore, is she playing? No, she's not playing. Local host, let's see. Local host is playing against Paul AP. Let's see who that is. Local host is playing against Paul AP. Unless, of course, that's not an actual game. Local host. Local host. Local host. Local host. Is it just me? I've not seen a game by Luther Boy. Okay, this is not an actual game. Okay, this is not an actual game. Is it? Or should it be? I don't see the name here. Okay, I see it. So, Sasu Maurice, that's local host, versus Achumbo. Am I right? Achumboro Paul. Okay. So, Paul Achumboro. Okay, I see. Let's look at this game. Let's see how this game goes. We have E4, E5, Knight C3. Knight C3 Vienna. Betty, I think. D6, Knight F3, Bishop G4, Bishop B5, C6, Bishop A4, Knight F6. Funny enough, you can play this move just for fun. Castles kingside, Bishop E7, D3, B5, Bishop to B3, Castles kingside, Bishop to G5, Knight H5, takes, Queen to D2, Bishop takes, yes. Takes, and then you are threatening check. So knight will jump into F4 and now you're threatening a beautiful check. So check first. Is it check first? Check first. He blocks. But then you lose your queen because knight check and you lose your queen. Yeah. And this is over. Black is winning this. Black is winning this. I'm not going to spend too much time. Black is winning this. Oh, Julia Moore. What about my friend? Farida is still not playing. Okay, Juliel Amor. Ish. The sisters have names. Versus Trudy Nini. Okay, so this game is live. E4, E6, D5, takes. We had a French. I'd exchange French. D4, excellent. Knight F6. Knight F6. Bishop. Not that one, because your opponent is going to play C3, C6. Your opponent is going to play C6. Okay, that's fine. I'll have played C6 and develop like a Nandan. Now C6 or knight, so you can play knight there too. But I like how quite it developed. Normally, exchange French is plainly a draw, depending on your understanding of the end game. You can check my Herculean Climb series. I played against someone in this opening and I struggled to get a draw, but yeah, fortunately for me, I managed to clinch the draw. So this should be a drawn position, I guess, depending on how the players play this game. Bishop to E2, C5. Okay, you have to resolve it. Yeah, I think you take. Yeah, and after bishop takes, knight takes. Knight takes pawn. 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 The pawn is hanging. Don't leave that pawn. Knight takes pawn. If your opponent comes in with queen check, you can just... And now your opponent can save the pawn by playing pawn push. Oh yeah, even bishop, yeah. Yeah, that was a big miss. Big miss. And now you have to play this drawn game. Again, the bishop is not attractive where it is, but... Okay. All these moves are nice. The pawn in the center is going to be a hassle, but... not a big problem so far. Now the move is very difficult because white doesn't have a central pawn. Maybe you want to play knight e4, h4, h5. That kind of plan, I think that helps. Okay, everything here is fine. The pawn is a problem. I think I'm going to get the exact same thing where the pieces are going to attack the. Okay, so we have Ablade Juliet versus Banini Gertrude. Okay. Okay, this game is getting stale for now. Oh, knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes, rook takes. Then you play the knight to e5. Because I don't think you should move your queen. And that's what happens. The knight is very active here, so you can trade off into an endgame. But I think maybe they are playing because they don't want to have an endgame. So, I mean, I can't fight against their choices. So let's see if there's any other game going on. I might not come back to this game, so don't worry. Game Nigel versus who? Nemirob. I think that's Nehemiah. And already I like the way White's position looks. But let's look at this. E4, D6, D4, Knight F6, Knight C3, C6, Bishop D3, Knight F3, H3, H3 preempting what? E5 takes, Bishop G5, Bishop E7, Queen D2, castles, G4, B5, Knight back, Bishop takes, Knight takes, H5, here, Knight takes, Pawn takes, Queen takes. Yeah, this is looking good for game Nigel so far. B4, in some situations you want to play this. Again, like I said, the pawn center is very strong, but I think he's thinking about castling queenside, which I'm not really for. Bishop to C4, and then pawn push, right? Pawn push, pawn takes. The queen can't take because your queen defends laterally. So that's what I'd have thought about here. But he plays bishop to D3. I mean, better safe than sorry. Queen. This preempts some moves that I can't see yet, but it's fine. He castles queenside. Like I said, above, I don't think that's what you want to do. You're castling to your opponent's attack, right? You castle here. This rook is instantly coming here. There's no way you're stopping this. Yeah, this I don't like where game Nigel castle to. It might be fine. Sorry. It might just be fine, but I'm not so much for it. If pawn to, yeah, there's no trap bishop like usual. Oh, that was a nice trick, but it doesn't work here. Bishop, pawn push. I still think black is winning this attack. Okay, pawn takes, pawn push, sacrifice. Are you willing to risk it for the biscuit? Don't take this pawn, please. Don't take this pawn. Don't take this pawn. You will ruin your career. Oh, takes. Wait. We need two rooks on the file. So rook here first, defending this bishop. Then rook here. Then we go takes, and this should be winning. So let's do it. Here, stopping the check from the queen as well. Then here, the problem is, what can your opponent do within that time? Very nice. What can your opponent do within the time? He didn't defend against it. Rook. This might just be over. The king can't run anywhere. The queen can't now come into the defense of the position. You might play rook here. It just loses the game automatically for you. This is it. How do you stop this? Okay, sacrifice the rook. I take. And then what? Bring another rook in. I hide. I mean, you can't do much. You can't do much. Unless, of course, maybe sacrifice, takes, and then you bring the queen in. You can't even bring the queen in the first place. There's no defense. You have to sacrifice your queen. But even if you do that, rook takes, you can't take back. It's over. He saw the plan. That's excellent. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Oh, it actually kind of matters. I still think you want to sacrifice. I still think you want to sacrifice. I still think you want to sacrifice. Rook takes, pawn takes check. And the king. No, that's not it. Because bishop takes, pawn takes. You are here. Your opponent is going to defend with his queen. Oh, he messed up. Takes. He messed up big time. He messed up big time. Check. Win the queen. Check and win the queen. It's not about checkmate. Check and win the queen. That's all. Check and win the queen. That's all. You don't have to think too much about this. Check and win the queen. You can try and find checkmate, but check and win the queen. Don't think too much and get yourself in trouble. Check, win the queen. If your opponent tries to win your bishop, you can take the bishop, the whatever. Yeah. And you can play check here. And then check your opponent again. This bishop is having no hope. Then you... Okay, there's no check there. But you just play this, I guess. Okay, that's also fine. Your opponent has no choice but to go here. Then you can come in here with your queen. Okay, you still have this check. And the point is now you want to move your pawn. So the king is going to run, let's say, like here. Then you push the pawn. If your opponent takes, you take and then you promote. So you just push the pawn. Okay. I think he wants to find a way to check here. And then pawn push. So king comes in here, pawn push. Pawn push defends the bishop. Threatens here. There's no way to dodge this. You resign here, right? You resign here, right? You resign here, right? Check. Check. I'm looking at... Okay, that might not be the move to go for. He promotes. That's also safe. That's safe. Takes. You take. He takes. You're still fine. Check. Okay, whichever one. Okay, so take. No, pawn push actually. Pawn push. He's allowing %. I wouldn't have allowed %. Oh, it's not actually %. What was I saying? Check. King is running out of squares. Pawn push. King push. I was going to say first. Pawn push again. Here. Get closer to the pawn and get closer to these guys as well. It says check here, you come in this way. Then you can hide your king here. And you come in this way. Yeah. Now your opponent tries to push, you can take, sorry. And now you can hide here. I mean, block now. I think that was a long time ago. I'm not looking at the chat that often. I'm sorry about that, but that's how it is. What? Why there? Okay, queen takes is fine. I was a bit worried, but queen takes just solved the issue. It would have been better to just hide the king there. There was no threat of check. Color square theory. The bishop is on the light square. You're on the dark square. There's no way your opponent can checkmate you. Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Check. Yes. Check again. No, check again. Now the bishop takes with check. I mean, you can say bishop takes, queen takes, rook takes, king takes, and then you start promoting this pawn. But that's up to you. This guy's in my head. Yeah, the king is shouldering the king, so you just push. You push. He can't stop it. And here you resign. Yeah. Nice. Let's look at Maud Benson's game. Then we'll look at Julia Moore's game. Oh, wow, Maud is low on time. The anointed one is low on time. I think the anointing comes when her time is low. So let's see. Rook c2 check. Blocks with the knight. Take the rook. I don't know why she didn't just capture. I don't know why Quincy Fox didn't just capture. He's playing fast. Takes. And then this is it. Yeah, so the anointed one proves once again why she's anointed. Check. The king goes up. Check again. If you come here, killing yourself. Check again with the queen. Check here. King goes back. And we all know the lawnmower checkmate. Excellent. Okay, let's look at Julia Moore. Let's see where their game is now. Wow. That was fast. So when we left the game, she came here. Took bishop back. Why not pawn push here? Pawn push here. Oh, the bishop is hanging. I don't even know what I was thinking. Bishop back. Offers a trade of queens. That's interesting. Okay. They're not playing half bad, to be frank. And that's... yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's a free bishop. Yeah, so now white is completely winning. Black is completely winning. Yeah. The rook on the 7th rank is a pig. Or for white, the rook on the 2nd rank is a pig. Or for black, sorry. The rook on the 2nd rank is a pig. Yeah, this is over. Oh, let's look for another game. Kakra Tech. Is he actually in this game? But the last time I didn't see him. Kakra Tech. That's Kakraba Ezekiel versus Gada Jeffrey. Yeah. Oh, we are in a rook pawn endgame. I don't know the theory behind this. Sincerely, my endgames are that bad. But this is considered a draw. I don't know the exceptions to this rule, but this is considered a draw. I think it's in the Philidor's position, the Lucina's position, but here both players have a pawn, so I can't really say. It's going to be a draw. It's going to be a draw. I don't see how you make any progress. Because even if you attempt, for example, as black to play pawn push, you get hit with this. And after here, your opponent is just going to stop you from getting close to your pawn anymore. Okay, so check from behind. That makes sense. Yeah, so check from behind. Check from behind and win the rook. We check from behind. I think the king comes here. Oh, it doesn't work. I was thinking there was a way we would come like here or something, but it doesn't work. So you just go back. And the check continues. Like there's nothing more. Yeah, this is drawn. This is drawn. Yeah, you just come back with the check again. There's no way. There's no way here. I mean, the try you could have is here, then king take, then you take, and your opponent's king is a little bit far away. So I think you have the Zugzwang in your favor, if I'm right or wrong. I don't know. But of course, anyone who pushes is losing. So, wow. So he allows pawn push. Huh? Why would you allow this? Takes. Takes. Pawn, king up, king here. Yeah, it's drawn. So pawn push is the only move. You can move back, but your opponent comes forward, and you move back again. Your opponent comes forward. This is not like the minefield. Yeah. So here, then he pushes his pawn, and then it's a draw. It's just going to go back and forth. I don't think there's even triangulation in this. Is there? Okay, so king up. Let's see. King up. King up. Pawn push is a mistake. So now you bring the king this way again. No, king here is what do you call it? But still, it doesn't work. Okay, so king here. Pawn push, still a draw. Takes. Yeah, it's a draw. I was trying to figure out if there's some sort of triangulation you could do, and that would help him out. But I just think this position is a draw. Checkmate. Let's see. Oh, this game is over. Checkmate versus range 1. Checkmate is winning. This game is over. Are we done? Maxwell, are we done? Or he's not on the page now. Are we done? Or there's more games? Because this is the last game I have. Okay, apart from Julia Moore's game. This game's over, so we are not. In fact, the other one too is also over. Yeah, this is also over, so we are done with this as well. Check again with the rook. Don't take the rook, you check again with the rook. You can do the trade as well, there's no problem there. But you check again with the rook, and the point you are doing this is because your opponent cannot stay defending this rook. He has to move. Yeah. So once he moves, you take the rook, and I think here white resigns. $17.90, that's very high, and that's very good. She's the next to the step to be. So now I take the rook for free. I actually didn't see that checkmate. That's beautiful. That is it. Nah, Ashley, she's not playing with us. John the Fisherman. Is there anyone like that? Cornerstone didn't play today, did he? Nope, there's no one by that name here. Yeah, so I think that's about it. So they're he's going to collate the results, but sadly tomorrow I won't be available to stream. I'll let Maxwell know that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream from Friday up till now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Was it Thursday? Thursday, Friday, yeah, Thursday up till now. I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. I know sometimes I miss a lot because of how many things I have to do at the same time. But I hope sometimes I'm able to help you learn stuff. My goal is to teach and at the same time entertain. So if I'm able to do both, regardless, I think it's good. But don't worry, I'm improving upon my commentary skills, so that I don't just give you entertainment, but I give you good suggestions as well. Usually it's easier on chess.com because chess.com allows me to use the analysis board, so it's easier for me to think about plans as well, rather than have to struggle to think about the plan. So yeah, I do hope you guys have enjoyed the stream thus far. If there's any more games, I'm just waiting for Maxwell to let me know. If there are any more games, we'll cover them. If the games are done, the stream ends here. But as always, thank you guys so much for your viewership, your attention to the stream. It really does help. You won't understand how you guys have helped the channel in just these 3 days. And special thanks again goes to Maxwell. He's doing a lot. I think ever since he came into the picture, ever since he joined the GCA, things have been working out. So again, like I said, send him some love. If you can't send him money, I was saying send him money. When I was saying send him something, I meant send him money. Most often the money you send to him is going to be used for the running of other tournaments, sincerely. So it's like you're giving money for your tournament, which you are going to win, right? So when I was saying that help him, I meant give him money, and he uses that money to actually organize tournaments a lot, right? That's what he does. So just help him out with this. He does a lot for you guys. You wouldn't understand. He does a lot for you guys. The GCA is also doing their best. Recently they've been creating more clubs, and I think Philip has been ensuring that the clubs are functioning consistently. So they are doing very well. Recently Ghana got 1,000 chess boards, so on and so forth. For one, I teach chess. So besides this streaming, I do teach chess in other schools. I have students as well. So there's a lot of work that is being done, and hopefully with the way things are going, it seems like chess in Ghana is going to experience a very big increase. So again, shout out to Maxwell for the wonderful work he's been doing. Shout out to the GCA, to all the clubs. I can't name them all. I think there's the Osu Club, the Mentor Chess Club, Early Chess Club. You guys are doing wonderfully. Okay, thank you guys for all these things. I'm giving a lot of shout out and thanks here because I don't usually do that. Yeah, but show your support to them, help them out, whatever they do. Show your participation for tournaments, show up. Yeah, if you need help, let us know on the page. We are ready to help you guys as well. I might not be available, but there are many people out there who are willing to help you guys improving your chess growth. Anyways, this is PM Chess. I am Mason. My brother is Pen. Together we make up Pen Mason. You can always join my streams. I stream Mondays 8:30. Mondays 8:30, Tuesdays 10:30 p.m. Mondays 8:30 p.m. Tuesdays 10:30 p.m. and Saturdays like today I stream at 10. But I've spent already 2 hours and I don't know if I have the strength to stream again. If I do have the strength to stream again, I'll stream somewhere like 11 p.m. But you can always join the stream. I usually stream on twitch.tv/pen_mason. But I've decided that for most of the local tournaments, I would stream them on YouTube because I think it's more accessible for you guys as well. So yeah, and also check out the videos on the channel. Many wonderful videos, more to come. Definitely more to come. And I would like your comments, your likes, your subscriptions. They do help. We are trying to hit 2K subscribers and we are getting there. It's a journey. The journey of 1,000 miles begins. The journey of 2,000 subscribers begins with a single subscriber. So I think that's fine. I think that's a mistake here by Black. Oh, it's not a mistake actually. I missed that completely. Okay, so takes, then you hide here. Wow, these are high level games. Anyways, no confirmation so far from Maxwell. I'm still waiting for Maxwell, trust me. Okay, let's see what's going on the page. Give me a second. Oh, you want more blindfold chess? Oh, you want more blindfold chess? Okay, some games have actually not been played yet. Some games have not yet been played yet. So it's possible that in the next few minutes, some new games are going to start. And we'll have to check them out. Wait, what? Who is this? Persisako. Who is that? Is there anyone by that name here? But it's interesting. Ever since this tournament came in, a lot of people have been playing games online, sincerely. Who is Paul AP playing against? Is that game OP? No, that game's over. So this is not an official game. Any more news? No, there's another message from some time ago. So far nothing. I'm still waiting for any news. Chess. So any questions? Does anyone have any questions about chess? If you are stuck in chess, you need some tips, I am here for you. As we wait, I just give tips for now. And let me know, is there something you wish you know about chess? Wherever you are, where you are stuck, what are your problems? Are your problems that the opponent plays the landing? If your opponent plays the landing, I advise you to resign. You are always going to lose. I'm just kidding. Okay. Any questions? While we wait for Maxwell to feed us, brief us. While we wait for Maxwell to brief us, are there any questions about chess? Yeah, but I don't understand some of the passive openings. For example, a lot of people play like e3 as white, which is very passive. You just stick to common opening principles. Don't try anything fancy. You just hurt yourself. Play simple chess is what I would say. Play simple chess. I'm about to... The results are coming in. That's basically it. So let me read out the results that are coming in to you guys. Let's check out Hans Hanneman, what he's doing. So with Accra Tech versus UDS, Paul AP beat localhost. Give me a second. Paul AP beats localhost. Shatter Rufus beats Mr. B. Kyles beats I Am Bennett. Joe beats Sakida Francis. Neem Shah defeated Percy Sako. GUTU versus KNUSTC. Kodima Yamponsa beat Kodima. Best Quantity beats Jakesville. Is this Hans Niemann's game? Hans Niemann won after so many losses. Congrats to him. He's been losing quite a bit. So how did this game go? Okay. Interesting. Hans was black. He went aggressive this game. Okay, locked down the queen side. He's still pushing for a queen side assault. I don't know if that's textbook. Knight comes in. F. Interesting. Of course, there's no problem here. His light squares are weak, but there's no easy way for your opponent to probe the light squares. F and then F and then you push again, right? No, knight reroutes. Because if your opponent takes, I think you bring your rook in. Bishop in rather. Okay. And the queen is going to move either here or here, I guess. And then you're going to try and push, I guess. I'm not so sure about these guys when they are playing. Bishop. Yeah. Takes. I think the queen is happy where it is. Again, this game doesn't look like it's going anywhere. It still looks drawn. But here, when we look at the things, the center is locked, but this knight is going to be very useless against this bishop. It's going to be very powerless against this bishop. You can double up your rooks. H5, H4 might never actually happen in this game. We might just get a simple trade. For example, trade here, but I don't think that even works. Queen E2. Okay, so he's doubling. Wait, why? So here then, why there? I don't even understand anything that's going on right now. G4. I do not understand G4. And finally he puts the nail in the coffin there. Takes. Okay. Okay. Wow, that's a brilliant attack because he's literally not trading optimally, making mistakes as well, and he still managed to win. His opponent made a very bad trade there. That sucks. Okay, so I'm going to end up the stream here. It seems like that's the end. I think they're just collating results for the time being, and I don't want to keep you guys here without doing anything on the stream. So again, like I said, thank you guys so much for being around, and I will see you in the next stream. Have a great one. Peace.